Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, it is time to look at the official FAQ from Vivid Voltage. The lovely folks over at Pokegym.net have gone and published the official FAQ, as they do for every new set. And these are rulings that we really need to talk about. They're really quite important. Quick reminder, as always, that the lovely folks over at Pokegym are the ruling team, and these are official rulings, which you do need to know if you're going to play the Pokemon trading card game. So, let's start off with, as far as I'm concerned, the biggest, most important ruling they've made. They have fixed the Shedinja problem. Now, when I showed you Shedinja a few weeks, month or two ago, whenever it actually was, I told you that Shedinja could, in a very literal sense of the word, break the game and make it so no one could ever win or lose. Because Shedinja's got the ability that says, put this Pokemon into play only with the effect of Ninjask's Cast-Off Shell ability. Now, Ninjask's Cast-Off Shell ability is one we've actually seen before. It's not the first Ninjask that's had this. But when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may search your deck for a Shedinja, put it onto your bench, and then shuffle your deck. And this created a fairly ridiculous situation where you could legitimately and legally put no basics other than Shedinja into your deck, because you only need to have basics, and Shedinja's a basic, but you could not start the game with Shedinja, so you would essentially have a deck that did have Pokemon, but you could never play any of them to begin the game, and you would just shuffle, never draw a basic, never set up, and the game would never even happen. It would be a ridiculous situation where you could literally make a deck that was guaranteed to draw every game and guarantee that the game would never start because your only basic could not be put into play to start the game. I told you we would have a ruling on this. We had to have a ruling on this, or else we could break the game, and we have. The ruling is, there's a new deck building rule with Shedinja from Vivid Voltage. Shedinja with the Shell Survival ability cannot be the only basic Pokemon in your deck. You must have at least one other basic Pokemon in your deck besides Shedinja with Shell Survival. Well, of course we do. Again, I tell you that I told you it was going to happen. It wasn't one of these amazing predictions. It was one of these, we had to prevent the game being broken. So I'm very happy that happened, but what else have we learned? Well, Electrode has the ability Bazap Generator. It's an ability I'm very fond of. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is on your bench, you may search your deck for up to 2 Lightning Energy and attach them to your Lightning Pokemon in any way that you like. Though if you do search any energy in this way, Electrode will be knocked out. Can I attach the 2 Lightning Energy to Electrode before it is KO'd? Yes. Yes, you can. And the ruling is very simple. You use Electrode's ability, and you search out the energy. If you did that and attached it, then you KO Electrode. So you can search the energy, attach it to Electrode, being a lightning Pokemon, then you KO Electrode. And you might be thinking, well, Wassy, why would we want to do this? There is actually one good reason I can think of, and it's Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko lets you attach 1 energy to each of 2 of your bench Pokemon from the discard pile if you lost zone it from the bench. Electrode has to accelerate both energy to 1 lightning Pokemon. Tapu Koko can attach 1 energy to each of 2 bench Pokemon, lightning or otherwise. It's quite a lot to give up a prize just to get better attachments with Tapu Koko, but it might make the difference. And there are other ways to get the lightning energy in a discard, and I don't think you're going to want to do this often. But if you really need to get the energy in a discard right now to attach with Tapu Koko, and in an Electrode deck you will be playing Tapu Koko, well, I can't imagine why you wouldn't be. So this will happen occasionally for this reason. Orbeetle VMAX. It has a rather lovely ability, Eerie Beam, which I'm still upset it's not on Flygon, because we've seen multiple of this ability before, and it's usually on Flygon. But it says that once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may put 1 damage counter on each of your opponent's Pokemon. So the obvious question here is, can you use more than one Orbeetle VMAX's Eerie Beam ability during your turn? And the answer is yes, you can, as long as it is a different Orbeetle VMAX. Each Orbeetle VMAX can use its ability once, but if you've got multiple, you can use multiple abilities, using cards like Switch to get them in and out of the active. And if you're playing Orbeetle, you're probably going to want to do this. We've seen a similar ruling with Jirachi in the past, where you can use multiple Jirachi during your turn, but they have to be different Jirachi. Though Jirachi does have Scoop Up Net that can pick it up, Orbeetle, being a VMAX, unfortunately does not. Though if you can pick it up in some way and replay it down, then yes, you would be able to use that ability again, because it is essentially a new Pokemon. I'm still unsure as to whether Orbeetle VMAX is going to be good or not, but this is absolutely the ruling we all expected, and it is a very nice ability. It just depends whether it can hold up with a massive HP we've got around at the moment. Shifty Substitution is the ability we see on the Shiftry from Vivid Voltage. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, each supporter card in your opponent's hand has the effect, draw 3 cards. When I told you about this initially, I said that it basically turns every supporter into Hop. But that is actually kind of lazy and imprecise phrasing on my part. Because what if you want to use Dreadnought's Vice Wave attack? You see, Dreadnought's Vice Wave attack, for free energy, does 80 damage, which is fine. But if you played Nessa from your hand during this turn, automatic paralysis. Nessa usually recovers 4 water energy or water Pokemon or combination thereof from your discard pile into your hand. So the question is, if my opponent's got a Shiftry out, and I play Nessa, and then attack with Dreadnought, do I get the paralysis? And the answer is yes, you do. You still played Nessa. Nessa didn't have the usual effect. Nessa turned from recovering cards into drawing 3. But you still played Nessa, so you still get the paralysis. So when I say it turns every supporter into Hop, it doesn't. It's still Nessa. Nessa is still Nessa. But instead of doing what Nessa does, it does what Hop does. Now, Dusknoir has got a very nice ability. Dusknoir, honestly, most of the time does have very nice abilities. It's kind of what it does. Spectral Breach says that all special energy attached to Pokemon, yours and your opponent's, provide colorless energy and have no other effect. So how does this work with double colorless energy? And we could then extrapolate that to twin energy and triple acceleration energy as well. Does it still provide multiple, or is it just the one? It's just the one. The card says provides colorless energy, but it really says provides one colorless energy and have no other effects. So these cards that provide multiple colorless energy will still only provide one. It's a ruling we expected, but it's nice to have the confirmation. Like we saw with Light Dragonite a very long time ago indeed. So Galarian Sirfetch'd V has the ability Resolute Spear. It's one I am largely a fan of. Though do remember, this was actually a promo, not a card that is in Vivid Voltage. Don't be buying packs of Vivid Voltage and trying to pull a Galarian Sirfetch'd V. You are going to find yourself roundly disappointed. Unless you want to get the full art, because the full art is absolutely in Vivid Voltage, but the regular art is a promo, and as of the moment, there is no Rainbow Rare Galarian Sirfetch'd V. Just a weird little thing going on there. But anyway, Galarian Sirfetch'd V has the rather lovely ability Resolute Spear. Once during your turn, when this Pokemon moves from your bench to the active, you may move any amount of fighting energy from your other Pokemon to it. Does this include things like Stone Fighting Energy and Aurora Energy that aren't fighting energy, but do provide fighting energy when attached? And the answer is an absolute yes. Because when they are attached, they are counted as fighting energy, and therefore you can use them with Galarian Sirfetch'd's ability and move them over. So, moving from abilities then over to attacks, what about Celebi's Amazing Bloom? This is, of course, Celebi Amazing Rare, which has been sneaky expensive on the Facebook group, something I'm keeping an eye on. as we go through Vivid Voltage. But Amazing Bloom, for 1 lightning, 1 psychic energy, says, for each of your bench Pokemon, search your deck for a card that evolves from that Pokemon and put it onto that Pokemon to evolve it, and then shuffle your deck. When I use it, can I search for a Stage 2 Pokemon and put it onto a basic if they're in the same evolution line? I.e., can I evolve into a Charizard if I've just got a Charmander on the bench? No. You can evolve the Pokemon on the bench, but unless it says otherwise, that means evolve into the next stage. It's not written on the card, but that's always what it means unless it says something else. Exeggutor has the attack Head Cracker, bit mean, or Head Crack. 1 grass energy, 30 damage, choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon's attacks. During your opponent's next turn, that Pokemon can't use that attack. Okay. If I use it against, say, a Zacian and go, ha ha ha, no Brave Blade for you, and my opponent retreats into a different Zacian, can they use Brave Blade? And the answer is yes. It only works on the Pokemon that was in the active when attacked. As soon as that Pokemon is no longer in the active for whatever reason, the effect just doesn't do anything anymore. And then we've got 1 single trainer card on which we have received an official ruling. It is Moo Moo Milk. No, it's not. It's Moo Moo Cheese. Heal 30 damage from up to 2 of your Pokemon that have energy attached. And we've got a couple of questions we need to look at here. Does it allow you to heal 30 damage from up to 2 of your Pokemon? Or a total of 30 damage between the 2? And the answer is you pick 2 Pokemon, each of them heals 30. Can I choose to heal less than 30 damage from my Pokemon? The answer is no. You've got to heal 30 if you can. However, if it's got less than 30, then you do heal all of it. You don't have to heal 30 because there is no 30 to heal. And this might seem like a weird one. Why would you not want to heal up completely? Well, this gives me a chance to talk about Phanpy, and I always want to talk about Phanpy. Phanpy's got an attack that does 30 damage for each damage counter on Phanpy. So let's say, for argument's sake, your opponent's got a Salamence out, and Salamence is going to do 30 damage. And you've got 40 damage on you. You're going to get KO'd by Salamence. But you don't want to heal 30, because healing an extra 20 damage will knock 60 damage off of your attack. You just want to heal 10 to put yourself out of range of Salamence while then doing the maximum amount of damage. Unfortunately, that is not an option. If you've got less than 30, you have to heal all of it. If you've got 30 or more, you have to heal 30. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the official FAQ for Vivid Voltage. One more shout out to the lovely folks over at Pokegym for making the rulings and keeping us all informed. But now, as always, it's over to you, lovely ladies and gentlemen. I want to know what you think about these rulings. Are there any you disagree with? Are there any you found particularly exciting? Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.